Oh, no, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Matter of fact, I'm blind in my left eye and 43% blind in my right eye. I don't see much of nothing. Matter of fact, I can't even see you, sir.
New York City wants us to catch John Wick for $10,000. John Wick, bro's a professional. He woke up on time. He was laying in wait. He's a planner. He had Starbucks before this like it was a regular day, and then rode off on a city bike. He wasn't even worried, no getaway car or nothing. He said, I'm gonna just scroll on up out of here. Job's done for the day. He's a professional. He had plans and he executed them personally. If y'all think I want John Wick looking for me for $10,000, and I thought I seen something, but my vision ain't that good. My coverage ain't that good. So what I thought I saw, I probably didn't see, and what I see, I probably couldn't see. That's all I know.
We are asking the public for your help. If you have any information.
Are you out your rabbit ass mind? Lady, did you not see the same video that we all saw? That is a professional hitman. And I am not about to have that man come and get me. Or anybody he's associated with. So with that being said, I ain't seen nothing, nor will I see anything. Good day to you.
If you look at your folders from today's briefing, you see a photo of the suspect. He's clearly a light-skinned black male, or maybe even a Latino. Latino? What? I'm not sure, but we have to find... Sir, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but this man is clearly white. What? That is a very light-skinned black man for sure. Maybe even a Dominican. You ever seen current day Sammy Sosa? He looked just like that. Sir, current day Sammy Sosa bleached his skin. That's why he looks like that. Okay, see, now you're thinking outside the box. He probably bleached his skin to get that appearance. There is nothing to suggest that this man was black or Hispanic. Okay, but new evidence came in, and written on a bullet it said, delay, deny, and dispose. That sounds like Kendrick Lamar, maybe 50 Cent lyric. No white person's writing that. If it was a white person, it'd be like Taylor Swift. If it was a cool tan white person, we talking some Eminem. Sir, you know what I'm saying? Look at him, and then look at me. I'm light-skinned. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all kind of the same tone. Y'all could basically be twins. What were you doing the night of the murder? Are you fucking kidding me? Really? He looks nothing like me. You're right. I'm a little on edge. He is a little darker than you now that I'm looking at it. Darker than me? What? Are we looking at the same photo here? Let me see. Okay, I see the problem. You ain't got the new photo. That's the outdated one. This is a new one that we got. And it's clearly a black man, right? I gotta go make photocopies of this so everybody can have it, so we don't arrest the wrong guy. Are you fucking kidding me, sir? That's the same photo. You just colored it in with black Sharpie. You know what? I don't even work here no more. I'm done.
Guys, what do you think he's doing right now? Do you think that he's like thinking about us like we're thinking about him? Like I wonder what his star sign is. Because I feel like he would be a Capricorn. I definitely feel like he gives off Capricorn energy. Like he's really ambitious, he's really driven, he's really hardworking. Like to me that's all like really big Cap energy for sure. And like I feel like I could work with that. Like I could definitely work with that.
The fact that they haven't even identified the guy in the photo that turns out is not him because it's not the same backpack, it's not the same jacket, tells me everything I need to know about this investigation. You couldn't find the guy that was at the hostel. They probably already have his info, they probably have everything, and you haven't even been able to identify him. You called him a person of interest. Now you're coming out saying that he's not in New York anymore. Really? How do you know? Was that your brilliant deduction that led to this information? They found his backpack and a few discarded items in Central Park. Central Park would be the first place that I would go to because there's no surveillance cameras, as far as I know, inside the park. And you can exit anywhere. So it's pretty much impossible to go through every single exit and figure out which way this person went. So in a situation like that, I would say it's pretty brilliant to go into Central Park and then sort of take off from there. The fact that I've heard New Yorkers are now dressing up as him to go around and mess with the cameras is... If New Yorkers wanted to help, you would have caught him by now, but they don't. So best of luck on that investigation. And I hope the guy that was mistaken for him actually gets something out of this, because his poor face has been plastered everywhere, calling him a schmurder. And if I was him, I would sue the life out of you for that.
So now I'm seeing that the handsome man is not our masked adjuster. So the good news is that the identity of this folk hero remains intact. The bad news is now we have to let go of the, beautiful image of this face. Although then again, the good news is the handsome guy is just a handsome guy out there living New York City. Find that man. Find, like, for dating reasons. Is he single? What does he do for work? We know he's employed because he was in Midtown at 7 a.m. and he looked alert. Furthermore, people of the internet, we are not going to let the NYPD frame this Riz Ahmed adjacent handsome man by splashing his face all over the place when they're saying it's actually not him and the coat doesn't match, the backpack, the details, the strings on the hood. We are the FBI now. We're going to hold them accountable. They are not going to frame this boy. I bet he tipped too.
They are never going to find this guy. He vanished the second he went into Central Park. Even the NYPD, like an hour after the shooting, was glazing up this suspect, saying he's the best we've ever seen. He's a professional. They're saying he flew in from Atlanta. He had a burner phone. He ditched all of his gear. He took the time to etch, deny, defend, depose into all of the bullets that he used. I think that this guy is going to be this generation's DB Cooper. Like, they are just never going to find him. He's going to turn into an urban legend. He knew exactly what he was doing and he disappeared immediately. And the best part about all this is that he drastically amplified class solidarity, because no matter if you voted for Trump or Kamala, a lot of people are agreeing that insurance agencies are some of the most predatory companies out there. You pay into them for your entire adult life, and then they deny 32% of claims that could have been for life-saving care that probably resulted in the suspect's, loved ones or family members passing away unnecessarily. And I really do think that a lot of people are starting to wake up and realize that a for-profit privatized healthcare system is not in the best interests of the people that it pretends to serve.
As a killer, I want to talk about America's reaction to the shooting death of Brian Thompson, the United Healthcare CEO. If you're watching this and you don't know who I am, my name is CFH. I was a former sniper in the Army, and I had a very similar experience to the shooter, where I unalived a person in a very similar manner as him. Except I was a little further away and I used a rifle instead of a pistol. Not making this video to shame anybody, because my knee-jerk reaction was of happiness too. Everything that you felt, I felt. And I'm not saying that Brian Thompson was a good guy. I know he was a giant piece of shit. Across this wall right here, I got a mother-in-law. She lives with us and she's had like 10 brain surgeries. I've lost count of how many tumors, so I understand the evilness of insurance companies. When Brian Thompson was shot, he immediately knew what was happening, I'm sure. And I'm sure he was filled with terror and dread. And right before you're about to die, you have all these thoughts, like everything slows down, and you have all these thoughts about your family. So I wonder if he had those thoughts. I wonder if he thought about his kids. I wonder if he was sad that he knew that he was never going to see his kids. And like, we celebrated that collectively across the board. And I'm not sure that's a good thing. You know what I mean? And today it's a CEO of an insurance company. But who's it going to be tomorrow? Who are we going to celebrate that got unalived tomorrow? Is it a political rival? Is it your neighbor who's wearing a red hat or a Biden-Harris sticker? That's all. Love you guys.
It's been 3 days since the United Healthcare CEO was taken to an out-of-network hospital. In those 3 days, over 4,000 Americans have been forced into bankruptcy due to medical debt. Over 300 Americans have died who would still be alive today if they were able to get health insurance. Over 1,000 Americans got married to access healthcare through a spouse rather than for love. What we don't know is how many Americans have died due to their employer's chosen health insurance provider suddenly deciding to not cover the medication they need to stay alive, or how many Americans have died because their GoFundMe campaign didn't meet the deductible that their insurer is demanding before they'll schedule their operation, or how many US diabetics have been forced to ration their insulin to a fatal level. Or how many Americans have become trapped in abusive relationships because they get their healthcare through a spouse, or how many married US couples have been forced to divorce each other so that the other spouse isn't lumbered with the other's medical debt. All of the soft power that the US has garnered over the last few decades through its massive entertainment industry is being destroyed because of how much disdain the US government allows American companies to have for the lives of the US people. This is the American exceptionalism that the rest of the world sees, and it makes it so much harder for the US to be perceived as any kind of moral nation.
A person was shot and killed, and you're laughing? You're all making jokes about it? Hey, so it was actually the CEO of a multi-million-dollar healthcare company that would, like, deny people's insurance claims and shit. Yeah. Carry on.
I'm scared to death. I'm frightened, and I don't know what to do.
John Wick knew what the fuck he was doing. Looks like United Healthcare was doing some dirty shit. They used AI to deny thousands of claims. These folks had the highest denial rate in the nation. Now I understood what that letter meant that was in those pew-pew. Now, John Wick did not clear his casings off the ground. And it was for reasons. Those casings said defend, dispose, deny. You know how many claims are filed in a day? Y'all used AI to push them aside, so y'all didn't have to pay anybody's bills, putting people in debt for things they probably are qualified to get taken off. I hope Jason Bourne gets away. He kind of cute, so he did us a favor. Maybe these CEOs will start paying attention. Blue Cross Blue Shield show did. They said we're gonna roll that back. Y'all can have as much anesthesia as y'all want to. Got these folks so scared they taking the CEO list off of everything. This is exactly what they mean when they say eat the rich. Y'all keep fucking with us down below, y'all gonna be scared for y'all life walking everywhere. I ain't mad at him. I hope he's out of the fucking country by now. Hey, somebody gotta do the dirty work. Go off, my boy.
Have you seen this man? He was the guy who shot Brian Thompson, the United Healthcare guy. Sorry, I don't really know any men. Here, just look at a picture of him. Have you seen him? I'm so sorry. I have United Healthcare and they didn't approve my new glasses. I can't really see what you're showing me. Good luck.
You know why I don't care that the CEO of United Healthcare was also a husband and father? My mom died from complications due to diabetes. Diabetes requires a lot of supplies, not just things like pumps, insulin, needles, test strips. It's things like batteries, alcohol wipes, band-aids, tape, gauze. 6 months before my mom died, her health insurance let her know that all of the things that she had been prescribed and insured for the last 10, 15 years of her life were no longer going to be covered. The insulin her life depended on, the pumps her life depended on, and the batteries that go in those pumps. The morning after my mom died, and I'm talking not even 24 hours after, 7 a.m. the morning after my mom died, a box full of all of my mom's supplies for the next 4-6 months showed up on my front step. And inside the box, with all of her supplies, there was a letter that said, "Due to the change in your current situation, we have now fully insured and covered your supplies." The current change in situation was listed as death. Patient expiration. So yeah, it makes sense that all of the health insurance companies in the United States have now taken their CEOs off their websites, because it's not a matter of if this happens next, it's when.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can I get you?
Hey, what's up, man? Can I get a venti peppermint mocha latte, double shot?
Great, and a name for the order?
It's Jim. I mean Roger. It's Roger. It's my name's Roger. It's definitely not Jim. Definitely not Jim. It's Roger with a J. With a J. Roger.
Okay. Roger. I'm gonna write Roger with a J.
What's my name? Say my name.
I literally just said it. It's Roger.
Good. But wait, are you thinking Jim?
I'm not thinking anything. Roger, Jim. It's 5 a.m. and I'm a cashier at Starbucks.
You like working here?
No.
How's the insurance?
Not good.
What is it?
United.
Huh.
Do you want anything else, man? There's a line forming behind you.
Okay, yeah. I just can't have you thinking my name is Jim, man.
Jesus Christ, your name is Roger. It's Roger. Roger.
I don't believe you.
All right, well then take a gun out of your backpack and shoot me in the head. That way
How do you know I have a gun in my backpack?
Do you have a gun in your backpack?
No. Who the fuck are you?
I'm Jim. I mean Todd. My name's Todd. I'm Todd. Definitely not Jim. I'm Todd.
Okay, you want to play? Not Jim, Todd? I'm Roger, not Jim. And theoretically, if someone walks in here in 2 hours and asks what my name is, what name are you telling them?
What are you, about to commit a crime?
No. Why would you think that?
I don't.
Hello? He's awake? I'll be there.
Okay, that phone call was weird, man. Now I kind of think you're about to commit a crime.
I don't know what phone call you're talking about.
Okay.
Nice meeting you, Todd.
2 hours later.
Yeah, his name was definitely Jim.
So there are updates in the search for America's hero.
I'm not going to share them here because I'm not going to help the police in any way. They don't need any help. What I will say is something I think we've all come to the conclusion of is that beautiful man that we all love is different than the man in the first photo. I don't think that that's that's helping in any way. I think we all agree on that. All I want to say is if they do try to pin it on that poor guy who was flirting with that girl at the desk at the hostel, we're not going to let that happen, right? Like, we're not going to let that happen. They're still pursuing him, and he's very clearly going to be the fall guy. And that poor kid just chose to wear that day, and they're going to try to ruin his life now. Because I believe they're never going to catch America's hero. Like, that man knew what he was doing. He's long gone. He's not going to do all those details to plan this in broad daylight and get away and fuck it up to smile at a girl at a desk in a hostel. Like, it's just not going to happen. Even though the lore of America's hero being hot also is such a good story, that kid is not the same guy from the original photo. I don't care so much about the different backpack and different jacket, because in my mind, if this guy is as good as we think and the police are saying he is, he obviously changed his clothes and his backpack. So that was never like something that convinced me. It's the face. That kid at the hostel has really dark long eyelashes, really dark pronounced eyebrows. The original photo of the actual guy, he does not have the dark long eyelashes. He does not have the dark eyebrows. He's definitely older. I think this is common knowledge at this point, but I'm just checking in that we're not going to let them ruin this young man's life and get away with it, right?
I think we all needed some good news today. Obviously, I would never publicly condone violence of any kind, but I don't think anyone should feel bad about this. The entire business model of private health insurance companies, especially United Healthcare, is to prey on the most vulnerable people in society, to deny life-saving medication, life-saving treatment, all to boost their own salaries and appease their shareholders. It is companies like this and people like this guy that are the reason why healthcare is so insanely unaffordable in this country. 45% of Americans struggle to pay their medical bills. And then you have this guy making $10 million a year to basically just rob people of treatment. The assassin got away. He escaped on an e-bike, so he literally could have been anyone. He could have just been somebody whose family member or loved one was passed away because they were denied life-saving treatment. Or he could have just been someone who's fed up with late-stage capitalism and America turning into a kleptocracy. Like, the wealth disparity in this country is getting so insanely ridiculous, and we don't want the ultra-wealthy running the show at the expense of working class people. I mean, like, 8 of Trump's cabinet picks are billionaires that are out of touch. Meanwhile, normal people can't afford medical bills and are being denied insurance.
So it looks like investigators are closing in on the guy who shot the United Healthcare CEO. And when he does get captured, first of all, have you seen pictures of him? The man is gorgeous. He is going to become a folk hero. Okay, this is going to be the trial of the century. This is anarchist violence against the institutional violence of the system. He engraved phrases on the bullet shell casings. This is the first example in like over 100 years of the working class actually fighting back against the ruling class. It is the most sympathetic case ever. People die of preventable diseases in this country all the time, and there are CEOs out there that are responsible, that put profit above people's lives, and this is a man who went out there and actually took matters into his own hands. And that is why I'm predicting that the ruling class are never going to let this trial be public. There will be lines around the block. People are going to show their tits in the stands, right? I'll show my tits. I'll be like, please sign them. You hero. He can't go to trial. He will be Robin Hood, Batman, everything, all wrapped into one. He's the next Aaron Bushnell. When this man is identified, his commissary fund is going to be like $1 billion. So get ready, because we have the trial of the century coming up.
So guys, the reaction from Americans after the death of the CEO is just amazing. Like, I didn't see this coming for sure. The comments I've been reading the whole day I've been rolling down on the floor because they're so hilarious. The way people are making jokes about this, the way people are making dramas. I didn't know that Americans have good actors like this. Like some of the comments, let me read for you some because it's interesting. I didn't know that people can celebrate the death of a person like this. I knew that they should be mourning instead of celebrating, and from the comments, I just realized that there is something behind the death of this CEO of the United Healthcare. The first comment that made my day was, it doesn't matter how much they off in reward because someone is saying, I don't see anything. $10,000 is nothing. The way they took all of my meds off my insurance and I've been running wild with my ADHD, so I'll probably forget if I saw them. And the media have been asking if anyone have information regarding this man, then they should submit the information, then they get rewarded $10,000. And people said, no way, that shooter is the hero of America and should be protected. And Makio, the shooter, I've read from the internet that he already flew out of the New York City and is nowhere to be seen. It's 48 hours since the CEO passed away, and if police have not yet identified the man, then I don't know whether they will identify him anytime soon because people are saying and asking God so that the man can be protected and no longer get identified. And the ladies are saying that the man is so handsome that if he's single, then they can date him. Another comment is, are taxes taken out? Someone was asking that. Then, God, this is so true. I kind of hope this turns into a big media to do. Like, what if you get a prosecutor whose kid was denied or a judge whose wife was then three dots. Like the dark humor on the social media is just making my day. Someone also is saying my birth for my daughter was $10,000 after insurance, and my medical debt more than that. Like that $10,000 reward is just nothing to the United States citizen. Then people are asking, is this a movie? I'm crackling. Oh my god. I just love how Americans are, and they're saying that at least this one has united Americans once again after the election because they didn't expect this. That's too funny. Now I need to know that movie this is because I don't remember it. That is what someone wrote on the comment section. So guys, your comments on my previous video made me crack my ribs. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, it's a goodbye for now.